Hello and greetings. My name is Sebastian Marshall. I'm the CEO of Ultraworking, and we want to provide some support for people that are going through quarantine, whether that's self-quarantine or lockdown, or just people that have had their routines disrupted and are unable to go into their workplace and whom we could support. So what we do is we do two different things that tie together nicely. So we've built some software that helps people sit down and concentrate and work on their own. Um, that really kind of streamlines thought and helps people be productive when they sit down and they do their work, and it works really well. We have a lot of CEOs, attorneys, programmers, creatives, a lot of PhD candidates, some professors, people that have a lot of self-directed work, which now a lot more of us are going to have a lot of self-directed work. So even if that wasn't you a couple of weeks ago, maybe that's you right now. Um, we want to support you, and we combine that with some social accountability. So we actually do live video conferencing work cycles together. We have a skilled moderator host them. So we provide a mix of some cool software interfaces and some live accountability. And it really works great. People report great productivity. It's a lot of fun. It gives a sense of community and connection. And yeah, we want to do our part to stave off this nonsense. And pardon me with the gloves. I'm actually changing planes at an airport, which is like the scariest place in the world. So I've got all my I look like I'm running a chemistry experiment over here, which a couple of flight people commented on. So I'm changing planes, which has been very scary. But it is what it is. So we want to get this out quickly because we know the world is it's kind of going off a little crazy right now. So here's what we got. In this video, I'm going to cover three things. First, we got free accounts. If you're on self-quarantine, if you're on lockdown, or just if your routines are disrupted, we could set you up with a free account. I'm going to explain the process for that. And how that works. We're going to have some capacity limits. We're going to work to break those capacity limits if there's a lot of people that want this, because yeah, we've worked to support some major universities. We had a great run with Arizona State University's Environmental Bioengineering Department. A lot of the students are off. We could support some of you, and I was really flattered and honored, but I also kind of feel the call of duty here when we actually came up in some governmental public health and crisis response meetings. A couple of people in that world had used our stuff and said, what are those people at Ultraworking doing to keep people sane and on track during this time? And it's like, okay, let's step up and let's do our part of this. And then, so we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the upcoming initiatives that are coming up. Before we get into all that, if you're a current customer of ours and your income is disrupted, if you had project-based work or travel-based work or something like that that's not happening, just shoot us an email and we'll deal with that case by case and we'll take care of you. We run at about cash flow break even, so please use your wisdom and judgment there. But yeah, we don't want anyone out in the dark because your bills are coming down heavy on you. So just shoot us an email to regular customer support and we'll sort you out and we'll take care of you. But okay, if you haven't met us before, yeah, we do this really cool productivity stuff. It gives both a lot of direction. People are very productive on it. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a way to connect with other people. And it's all virtual, so you're safe. You can be home and you can connect with some people and get some great work done. And it's a lot more fun than sitting around worrying. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a 3-step process for people that want free accounts. The first step will be for you to fill out a very simple form with your details, your name, your time zone, and your profession. A couple of details like that, so we can make sure you're onboarded and make sure it's a good fit for you and things like that. We'll give you some initial free access to what we do, and then we'll see if you like it and if it makes sense for you, right? And then if you do like it, we'll have you fill out a second form. It won't be a big deal, but we do have a community element a little bit what we do, and so we want to preserve the good community, not like, oh, free stuff, let's go get it. So we're going to just ask for a little bit of 20 minutes to 30 minutes of thinking from you, maybe even a little less than that, after you try it out, to see if you like it and you want to stick around, and we'll get you free access for as long as makes sense and we could do with this going on. And we would even be more, we really want to preserve the community norms. We would even be more easygoing about this, except we have some capacity limits. And we just want to make sure that people fit in, and we want to make sure people are going to use it. So we got to provision the free accounts. When we run up on the rate limits on our tech, there's some kind of concurrency limits. There's a certain amount of people we can have log on at the same time. We're going to look to expand those limits and break through those, and we'll get our engineers on those stat that's happening right now. But yeah, we're going to make the process really simple. So it just starts with you filling out a simple form, and then we'll give you some free access. And we actually have something called the Work Marathon coming up that starts on Wednesday, in case this is being watched in the future, on Wednesday, March 18th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. And we do this thing called work cycles where everybody works together Uh, we normally have a few dozen hours a week of this, but we go 24/7 from 12:01 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday until 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. So we call it a work marathon. People get a ton of work done. It's a lot of fun. So if you are filling this out and seeing this in the next 2 or 3 days, then we can get you on that. If it's after that, we'll just get you on the next thing that we're doing, and we'll get you set up, and you'll have a good time. And if you do have a good time, then we can set you up with some just ongoing free access. We just want to double check that you understand our norms. Like it's video conferencing, so you can see other people working. It's a cool feel. Like don't come wearing like a pot leaf on your shirt or like a F the police shirt. It's like a pretty high level analytical crowd. We're cool. So we just want to make sure that we keep our community pretty high level and good while supporting you. All right, so nothing onerous. We're gonna make it really easy. Um, but we want to make sure you fit in and it makes sense for everybody. All right. So here's the requirements. There's not a lot of them. You guys speak English for now. We'll look at foreign language support. Feel free to email me, Sebastian@ultraworking.com. If you're a radically effective person with a team of people that are not doing very much, that all speak some other language like Italian or whatever, and we could see about setting something up together. We'll look into that on our side as well. That'll be a little ways off. You got to be cool. You got to understand our norms and come be part of our pretty great group. So we got a great thing going on. We want it to keep being a great thing. So just like be cool, figure out how we do things. It tends to be pretty upbeat and quite analytical. Don't be intimidated. It's nice. We're all friendly people, but like we're pretty cool. We're pretty driven. We're not like messing around and being wacky and joking around all the time. We have a little bit of fun, but kind of figure out how we do things and then see if you want to fit into that because it's an existing community that's really great people and we want to preserve that. Our tech doesn't work in China, unfortunately, and I'm not sure about all the other affected countries. Various countries have certain internet blocks, certain software doesn't work, certain pieces of our software stack won't work. We'll do our best, and we can look to break through on some of those if you're in an affected country and you're interested in something and you got a lot of resources to do some joint implementation. Again, you can email me, Sebastian@ultraworking.com. But besides that, that's it. If you think it'd be useful for you, go for it. We're not validating by region or anything. If you're staying home and your schedule's disrupted, whether that's a formal lockdown and really heavy, or whether you're self-quarantining, or whether it's just a little bit of disruption, we got your back. Go ahead and fill out the form. We'll get you set up. We're gonna start by adding 1,000 accounts for capacity. We'll see how many of those people really like it and activate full accounts, and we'll add more and we'll add capacity. So don't sweat it if if you're seeing this a little bit late. Just put it in, and we want to support you. So that's that. I also want to talk about a few other initiatives that we got going on. If there's a demand for it and people all over the world are getting into this, we're primarily our customers are in the United States and in Western and Central, a little bit Central Europe. But we do have customers in over 30 countries. But primarily our sessions are set up around those times. The work marathon's nice; it's 24/7, so you can just jump right in. But we'll look to scale up if there is capacity and demand, and this is a good way to support people during this time. We're going to look to scale up so that we can have work cycles where you can just log on and get some work done with some great people 24/7. So we're looking at different ways of doing that. We were really fanatic about quality control before. We might loosen those standards a little bit just so we can provide something that would be very valuable while people are kind of locked down. After that, we are going to fast track some good ways to spend your time. We've got a prototyped format of how to run really good book clubs, how to read a book with some other people and share notes and hang out and talk about the book and have a good agenda and be tight on it. We got some prototype stuff of new interfaces for that. We're going to try to fast track that and get that out. And then we're going to look to put together some very simple, all right, if your life's totally disrupted, let's not just sit around feeling bad. Maybe let's learn some programming. Maybe let's learn some writing skills. Maybe let's get ahead academically or whatever. So we'll look to put together some simple curriculums so that if your work is totally disrupted, if you already have work to do or projects you want to do, great. Come do those with us. We're also going to look to get some ways you could just jump right into some stuff. There's already a bunch of good stuff online. We'll just kind of organize some stuff, and there you go. We're going to look to get some readiness tech in place, just some simple checklists. Do you know how to wash your hands correctly? Do you know about not touching your face? I mean, some of the stuff's basic. Food supplies, medical supplies, and things like that. A lot of people are like, have I prepared enough? And one of the team members on our staff, part-time, is actually a nurse practitioner, which is like a super-powered nurse that does a lot of doctory stuff. And so she's excellent. And then we got a lot of people in data and the sciences on our team. And one of our chief advisors, formal advisor of ours, was in health tech and has deployed serious health tech solutions in dozens of countries. So, we can get the science right and put it out to the best of our knowledge. Just see a little checklist and stuff. So we're going to get some stuff like that ready. Make sure that you're protected, your family's protected. Last two things. For various institutions, academia, whatever, we've already worked with academia and had some great results. We've had people actually finish their PhD thesis on our stuff, which is really cool when we see that. A lot of corporations are going to be disrupted. As a team that has a mix of an on-person presence, which we won't anymore, but is also remote all over the world, we can help probably set up your chat system, set up your joint project planning, set up your asynchronous communications and stuff like that. So we feel like we're pretty good at that. A lot of people are pretty good at that, but we're pretty good at that. So we'll do our part to help. And then we're going to reach out to some other organizations to see if they're interested in partnering to some extent. Those could be organizations that are affected in like hospitality and travel. If there's anything we could do to support people that are kind of stuck somewhere and help them out, as well as certainly anybody that's in streaming video and web RTC. We use Zoom a lot right now. We like Zoom, so I'm going to reach out to them and see if we could do something. I have no idea how the economics would work. I frankly don't care about economics right now, as long as we just keep paying our staff and keep paying our bills. We just want to really kind of mitigate some of the damage and the going stir crazy effects for people. So if it's Zoom or anybody else in WebRTC or video, maybe our engineers can work together and we can really scale up and get all kinds of foreign language support and cool stuff. We're going to be reaching out. If you're at any organization that's working in streaming video and interfaces around that and stuff, please do reach out to me, Sebastian, ultraworking.com, and feel free to CC our brilliant CTO, Lee Knowlton, Lee, Lee, at ultraworking.com. And if there's anything else, feel free to shoot me a line. I'm happy to support. I'm getting a lot of email right now, but I'm happy to support and everything else. So, all right, if you're one of our current customers, you got some hardship going on, just shoot us an email. Just use whatever you use for normal customer service email. There's a couple of them you could use. Just use that one. We'll sort you out. If you're at one of these organizations or interested in any of those things or want to help out with any of those things, shoot me an email, sebastian@ultraworking.com. And if you're brand new and we could support you and you want some free access, just fill out the type form. Bear with us. We expect a lot of volume, but we'll be in touch as soon as we can, and we're happy to support you. So thank you. Stay safe, and we're happy to do our part in getting through this thing as safe, healthy, and sane as possible. Best wishes, and looking forward to connecting with you soon and getting through all of this together.